So last Friday morning, I died, but I didn't lose consciousness. That's what was strange. There's this what I call the burp of death. It's basically a kind of almost like a coffin, but it's a kind of a puff, and it looks like a donut hole of green glow, and it comes out of your mouth, and you don't see it. You sort of envision it in your mind, kind of. You sort of see yourself doing this, and then you got a metallic taste, almost like stomach or just a metallic. It's not a good. It's the taste of death. And the cough that's the cause, the burp. And as I believe is where the spirits exits the body. I think it's what everybody experiences just shortly before they go lights out. So Friday when I experienced it, I was wondering why I wasn't going lights out. And it was a little terrifying because I guess I kept expecting to go lights out. But I just got better. This is like 4 in the morning. I got up because I just couldn't sleep right, and got up at 4 in the morning, and within 5 minutes or so, I got this cough. I just felt like I was in trouble. I did the cough thing, the burp. And then I just kept thinking, this is it. I'm going lights out, and it didn't happen. Well, the first time that I had died was April 13th of 2013 at High Society. Somebody gave me a funky weed. I didn't know that it was possible that you could smoke something and die, but I did. I laughed myself to death. It's a version of dying. I assume I'm going to have one version of dying, so there's probably 12 flavors, and there could be 100 or so, who knows. But I've had 2 flavors of death now, one via poisoning, that's the second one. The first one was via a funky weed. And for the first one, at High Society, the weed tasted corrosive, so I didn't quite realize that I was tasting the burp of death. But I knew that the puff, the green glow, and I thought, oh, that's kryptonite. That's what I thought at the time. I didn't understand what that was. But that's the burp of death, is this puff of green coming out. And you'll taste that corrosive taste. That's it. That's death. That's the disconnect between other spirits, between the spirit and body. And I contain a whole bunch of spirits, so that might protect me from disconnecting. In other words, I have a pool of literally millions, billions, or even trillions of spirits that I can almost, when I resurrect, I assume I might get a different spirit each time, so I'm on my 3rd spirit now. And I guess maybe it comes with a personality of sorts, so we'll see what this means. But I'm getting better and healthier. Just shortly after the resurrection, I got my appetite back. I got a full feeling in my stomach. And I literally hadn't felt full in about 2 or 3 months, so I'd been starving to death. Was down to 158. I guess I was getting weak, and then this occurred where it was kind of caught me by surprise this Friday morning. I mean, I for 2 days I felt like I could die. That's a weird feeling, because now I know what that feeling feels like, and now I know that I might expect it in a couple of days if I get that feeling. That's another feeling that I got. I almost could feel like, well, geez, I wonder if I could go down in a couple of days or something. And then, so I know that feeling, and then I know what it feels like to go down. And by the way, death is not painful. It comes with, like I say, the burp of death, and you just go away. I'm assuming that you go unconscious, but I never did. So for the first one in High Society, I never went unconscious, but I went immediately laughing. That's why I didn't realize it could even be. It was such a fantastic event. It was the greatest event that you could wish for 5 minutes. It really was. It probably equaled 5 years of daily sex, all wrapped up in 5 minutes. Maybe 50 years of daily sex. I'm not sure. It's unbelievable how great this thing was at High Society. But yeah, the burp of death was there on that one. And I didn't know until the second one that that was the first one had been death. So I've died twice now, and I'm on my third life. I'm assuming it comes with a third personality from the pool that I contain, which literally it could be a trillion spirits. You know, it could be an animal, a plant. I don't know how that works. I don't know how it's called. What's it called? A rebirth, that reincarnation. It might be a form of that. I assume I could, but I'm still here. I feel I've been poisoned heavily in the last 6 months, and it's hard to talk about because nobody gives me any credit. They just, most of you out there just laughing and saying, good fucking riddance, right? Until we find out that I can't get off the planet. Yes, I would like to go somewhere else. I didn't. 2 times now I haven't left the planet. So it's like Groundhog's Day, but I have to keep dying in order to find the right off the planet thing, you know, or the right button. So it's up to you to figure out how to kill me in the right fashion, okay, folks? Yeah, I know that was in your mind before I even said it, okay? But yeah, this could turn into a wild game of like World of Warcraft, where you just sort of go up a level and you resurrect and you die and you just literally, this could be this freaky weird. But yeah, I don't know whether it'll be 5 ways to die or 50 or 5,000. But I got a feeling it's a lot. And that's the weird freak that Roller is. He can't die, and you all hate him, and you all want him to go away, and I can't. And I would love to, and I can't. So I ask you to start. You're going to have to start accepting me, because it looks like I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying on the planet. You're dying, so we need to make room for Roller's kingdom in heaven somewhere on this planet. So I cannot be poisoned by, I cannot be killed by poison. The poisoning thing is going to have to stop. I believe that that's over since we tried that method of death. So now we're going to get away from that and move on to the bullet in the head routine, the magic routine with the bullet. We'll try that routine next, and I'm sure that each of you out there have got about 3 different ideas for yourself too. So I'm sure we'll test them all. So I'm still around for some more time. Sorry to disappoint, you know, folks. I know you're trying to get rid of me. It's let's see how long it takes to get around the planet that I've died twice now. Does anybody care? What are the Christians doing? Oh, we're looking for Jesus. Maybe he'll come from the heavens. I'm a retard with 10 IQ, and I'm reading some bullshit from a book, and well, I can't, like, if I didn't get, you know, mind. What's the word? If I didn't get like brainwashed, if they didn't get brainwashed by these books, I mean, I wonder. That's the only knowledge they know is these books. They have no IQ of their own. They have no knowledge of their own. They read these books. I don't understand. It's just such a strange world. How one can just read a book and say that's it. There's just so much to this world. You cannot just get one resource. You have to go with 30 resources. Everything's involved. It's a big equation of complete puzzle of mystery of the crazy show that it is. So anyways, I'm slowly resurrecting here. I'm getting my health back, getting some weight, gaining some weight. I haven't been in a much mood of the singing. I think I've got all my marbles. For being poisoned, I don't know if it's poison or if I had a heart attack. I went to the ER and they said nothing. But I don't know what's going on. If I got a little tingling in my, wasn't sure if that was a heart attack thing or had a chest pressure. Nope, wasn't that. So I just assume it's a metamorphosis, and I hope it goes away in about 2-3 weeks. The tingling, it's not. I played the bass with a little bit of numbness thing. That's not a fun deal. That's like a version of hell. There's different ways of having pain, and it's amazing the different ways you can have a pain that's not so much a lightning strike pain, but it's just a version of hell. That gets you, that all it's got to do is get your attention. It says, you say, oh, I don't like that. And that's pain. It don't have to be lightning strike. It just got to be like, well, God, that's kind of weird, and I don't like it. And that's pain. That's like pain, because it's taking your attention away from enjoying life. You have to look at things and say, well, what the hell is that thing? My knee or whatever, you know. By the way, my knees somehow connect to my organs. And so I now know that I don't have knee pain, but I have receptors for my organs. And so I can heal. I'm gaining knowledge of healing arts with the TENS units and stretching, yoga. And I'm just gaining a lot of knowledge about myself and how to heal. But when I resurrected, I realized that my body was restarting. And it's because I, almost like a Frankenstein thing, just with this TENS unit, it's got a little electricity juice, and it can relax muscles and get them. I actually felt one jump start, and that's when about 4 or 6 hours later was when I woke up and had that resurrection. I jump started that. Like I say, it's very weird. Very weird. I mean, this is bizarre. I mean, I was having bizarre thoughts of how weird life could be, and now I'm actually living weird life where I'm actually dying. That is fucking bizarre. I mean, this is weird on a capital W. And I'm convinced there's going to be many more. I'm guessing over 100. Lots of deaths. In ways, it usually comes in ways to die, not so many as many quantity as quality. So much as different ways. There'll be repeats, but I'm sure there'll be a bullet to the chest a few times. And at some point, I'm going to develop bulletproof chest. I'm sure I'll be taking one, but we're gonna see if I can regenerate like the Wolverine guy and the X-Men, you know. Holy cow! But I just experienced some of the most weirdest part of my life just in the last week or so. I took this poison from the VA pills. They gave me some pills that fucked me up, and that really sent me downhill quick. I didn't know that was the thing that was sending me downhill. Anyways, it's not so scary dying as it is. It was scary finding out that I didn't die, that the anticipation of death didn't happen. That was scary. But death is not scary. Death is fairly relaxing. So I took 2 trips to death, people. I know what it's about. It's not scary, but I'm not sure why I come back and why you go away. I don't know why that is yet, but when I have one of my deaths, it's probably going to tell the story. I don't know which version. And I'll sign up with that. Till tomorrow.